All right, guys. We are awake. All right, guys. So we are up. Today is the Fed rate hike decision. We will see what we get today. Let me know how many basis points. We're going to do a poll here. Let me know how many basis points you think the Fed will raise today. Again, I have no idea how much we're going to raise. We'll see. Let me make sure we're monetized. We are good. Uh, how much will the Fed raise rates today? So we're going to go with 0 basis points. Pulse. 25 basis points as expected. Uh, 50 basis points more than expected, or something else. Comment below. All right, guys. What's up, King? Yeah, all good, UD. I'm good, AI. What's up, Kurt? I'm good, man. My jaw hurts, bro. I don't know what it is. My jaw's hurt for the last day. Could be ADHD related, I guess. Somebody mentioned yesterday. Maybe I don't know. I don't think as expected is super bullish, but I think pausing would be, even though it's going to do less for inflation problems long term. You know, what is APM? Yeah, another crazy penny stock moving, man. We've had a lot of craziness. SPY up to almost 412s today. So the SPY is up to almost 412s. Yeah, I don't know. 71% think as expected. It's pretty overwhelmingly expected that we're going to do 25 basis points. Uh, and again, we'll see what we have, what we really get. But yeah, it's pretty expected. Hey, what's up, David? Yeah, I don't know, man. Again, maybe we pause. I think that's unlikely. You know, I think a pause is unlikely. I think we'll probably do 25. It's pretty likely. Market will freak out for 2 days and be back bullish next week. That's what I think is most likely, unless debt ceiling those are rich. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Um, who knows? Pause is unlikely. Also, just yeah, we'll see. Again, you can look at the SPY here. SPY's still up to 412s, man. Like the pullback yesterday didn't do too much to us. Market's still very green. Tesla's still over 160. So Tesla has been mostly sideways. The dollar index, of course, has been breaking down uh throughout most of this. And so, it'll be interesting. Today we also have non-farm payroll data coming out. So we also have non-farm payroll data dropping at 8:15 today, as well as PMI data. I believe it's non-manufacturing and services PMI today. So again, we'll see what happens there. But all that's scheduled for this morning. The rate hike decision is going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. All right, guys. All right, guys. All right, so scientists, according to AI Daily, have used a chat GPT like model to decode human thoughts. The results were that human thoughts were predicted with 82% accuracy using MRI recordings, and the implications of this are significant. Can't talk right now. The breakthrough paves the way for potential applications in neuroscience, communication, and human machine interfaces. This advancement raises concerns, and this is all quoting from AI Daily. It raises concerns about mental privacy, emphasizing the need for policies to protect individuals from potential misuses as the tech advances. Um, I think what it also paves the way for here is actual cognizant, you know, AI. I think if they can predict what the human brain does, then they can essentially write up scripts about the human brain, mirroring the human brain, not just like what a communication like AI, but I think a more thought-based AI system. I'm gonna retweet it if you guys want to check it out. But yeah. All right, guys. So Pepe coin, man, what a crazy squeeze. So non-farm data today. Yeah, all good, bro. You're actually the first person to ask me that this morning. All right, so yeah, non-farm payroll data today. Non-farm employment change data expected coming at 148,000. The National Employment Report measures the monthly change in non-farm uh, data based on the payroll data of about 400,000 businesses. Uh, it always comes in 2 days ahead of non-farm payrolls. So this is employment change data. This it always comes in 2 days ahead of non-farm payroll. So non-farm payroll data will come in Friday. Um, Higher than expected should be taken as positive or bullish for the dollar and weak for markets. I think. So higher is worse, lower is better for market activity, in my opinion. I don't think zero, Mimi. I disagree. But hey, anything could happen. We really don't know. Yeah. Okay, got you. All right, guys. So yeah, SPY is gapping up a little bit today. Music, please. Okay, got you. All right, let me get the music up. It's Apollo. Do you think today likely being the last rate hike, the markets might boom? Maybe. I think it's possible. Um, I think it's possible, but again, I really have no idea. I think it's possible though. All right, guys. So again, SPY up today, gap it up a little bit. The previous closing price on the SPY is 410.80s. 410.80s. Bank of America Securities downgrades AMD to neutral. Yeah, I mean AMD had a pretty rough pullback here. We were thinking about buying the dip, but we just didn't. Hey, what's up, UD? Hey, thanks, man. Again, we got some votes, 73% saying 25 basis points, 9% saying 50, 16% saying 0. And again, I think it's going to be 25. I think 25 is pretty likely. All right, did IEP ever bounce back here? So sorry, I'm kind of looking up some of the data. IEP never bounced back, and again, it wasn't one of the ones that I bought the dip in. This thing dropped much more. So again, it looks like my intuition's getting pretty good with these. Like I thought about buying the dip, but I stopped myself because I thought this one was a little bit more real than the previous one. All right, guys. All right, guys. So again, SPY at 411.60s. Tesla gap it up a little bit. The dollar index is at 101.50s here. Bitcoin. Let's see where Bitcoin is at. This rate hike should affect Bitcoin too. At about 28.76. How do I get my car? So yeah, we'll see. Here's Bitcoin. We'll put Bitcoin all the way on the right side here. Bitcoin again at just under 29K here. Just under 29K. And again, we'll see if it holds. But yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, Tesla up there, Bitcoin up there. Um, so I see somebody posting and they say, wow, this post alleges that Robinhood won't let people cash out of their FRC puts. Is anyone else having the same problem? I mean, I hate to break it to them, but nobody can cash out of their FRC puts right now. It's not just Robinhood, it's TOS, it's everybody. Anybody that's holding put options right now as FRC is halted is not going to be able to sell them. It hasn't resumed. The last time it was open was on the 1st, so 2 days ago. And so again, people have these crazy conspiracy theories like it's just Robinhood because they have bias against it with the AMC stuff. But like, yeah, people must not understand options, XO. I don't even trade options. And like, I understand that. Like, the reality of it is once they open up, if it opens up in OTC, then they'll be able to cash out the options, most likely. But they're not going to be able to do it right now. And it's not Robinhood being a shadowy, terrible broker. It's just kind of the way it goes. Again, the big problem with The Big Short, like if you've ever seen The Big Short movie, which is one of the greatest stock market movies in the world, great movie, talks about Michael Burry, and a few other figures. One of the fears that it wasn't Burry got out earlier than some of the other ones, but when Steve Carell's character, I can't remember his name, was trying to unload the options, one of his fears is that if you let it drop too much, there's no market for it. And like you're essentially holding bags of worthless contracts. And so that was his fear. And again, with FRC, it's a similar thing. Now, if it opens up in the OTC market, they might be able to cash it out, but it's still got time. Yeah, if they're expired, it's worthless too. Yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, Bitcoin up there, spy testing the top of the range of after hours. Does anyone currently have a 3D TV? I think we have one. We just don't use it. So I think we have one. We just don't use it. There's no info out why FRC is closed. At least Bing didn't find any info. Yeah, but I mean, it's obvious why FRC is closed. FRC is closed because of FRC is closed because of it failed. It failed. JP Morgan had to buy out most of its assets. And so of course it's not going to stay open during all that. It's going to be closed. They're going to call it a news pending halt or whatever it is, but yeah, it's going to be closed. Yeah, so a large majority of people are expecting 25 basis point rate hikes. Where's Bing? All right, guys. So yeah, SPY up there 411s. Again, FRC at 190s right now. All right, so we are putting out all the estimates here. So again, Barclays 25 basis point expectations, BMO 25 basis point expectations. Here, we're gonna put a list of this on Twitter here. All right, guys. Yeah, so let me remove some of this. Big Papa Jerome Powell, his press conference is going to mean more than a lot of this stuff, man. Again, Jerome Powell is big here. You know, it's going to mean a lot. Again, so we got the list. Let me put the music up. My apologies, guys. There we go. Yeah, I mean, again, it's one of the reasons like put options are flawed to a certain extent as well, man. Like I like trading options, but put options can just be risky because of that exact reason, unfortunately. Um, do you think calls from politicians to stop red hikes will sway no, I think he's still going to do 25, most likely. Yeah, I mean, asking the brokers, yeah. Yeah, when is that, RL? Thank you, crypto. Yeah, I saw that, Joshua. They're opening up a crypto futures platform essentially. You don't need to ask Bing. You got lawyers in the chat. Yeah, sometimes we do. What's up, Douglas? Yeah, it's a big day, man. So apparently Samsung banned Chat GPT. I wonder why. Yeah, so here's the news on AI this week, guys. Samsung banned Chat GPT. Chat GPT was a code interpreter was built. Walmart is now using AI to negotiate. IBM is replacing 7,800 jobs with AI. Hollywood writers seek AI limits. AI develops. UT Austin builds AI that reads minds, like we read earlier. And so again, the people that not complain, but the people who said it was just a buzzword and that we've had it for 20 years and that it wasn't new. I mean, are y'all ready to admit you're wrong? I know people don't like admitting they're wrong, but obviously AI is better than it was 20 years ago. Obviously it's more culturally relevant than it was 20 years ago. And so this is big news, man. We'll see what happens, but this is big stuff. Again, y'all do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it, guys. Bump those numbers up if you haven't already. But yeah, craziness going on in markets today. A huge day for market activity. Yeah, for sure, XO. It's usable. It's certainly, again, what I said a month or two ago rings true, which is that it's going to affect jobs. It absolutely is going to affect jobs. It's obvious. It was obvious it was going to. Like, listen, again, as someone who is programmed, you can see the uses of it. Like, again, okay. When I learned to program, this is the best way I can explain it. When I learned to program, Google was my best friend. You run into so many errors, so many glitches. If one thing is not perfect on your code, the code doesn't work. And so you run around asking all these different people. You ask Stack Overflow, you ask Google, you ask everybody, anybody and everybody. You need like a mentor can help because they can kind of help you figure out what you're doing wrong in that specific language and all that stuff. And it's a very difficult thing to do, like to learn how to program, because it's not easy to find help. Like, it's not easy to find help when you're learning, when you have specific questions. And generally you got to pay for it. You got to pay for that help. Right. Well, what coding does now, what the big difference now with all of this stuff is that what coding does now is that coding and programming, or what AI does now, I meant to say, AI does all of that for you. So I can literally go to Chat GPT and say, hey, what's wrong with this code? And it'll fix the code for me. It'll say, hey, this is what's wrong. You got to do this. You left this out. You got to do this. And it'll fix the code and explain why it's wrong. Right. When you couple that with all the other benefits of using it in terms of it writing code for you, even if you know how to code already, with it rewriting things, with it, doing artwork, creating images, digital digital images, it's going to affect a lot of different industries, specifically the creative ones, to be honest. Like, it's going to affect code, it's going to affect art, it's going to affect digital design, especially digital designers, like people who create art themselves. I know a lot of people that went to school for, design, basically like logo design. They went to all these. I don't know if logo design is really something you should go to school for, but I know a lot of people that did. Now you can essentially get AI populated logos. You can get AI populated, digital images and art, and they're up there in terms of quality. And so it's certainly, AI is obviously going to affect a lot of different industries. And again, it will only get more and more impactful over time, I think. You just roasted the entire logo design community. Yeah, but I mean, let's be honest here for a second. Do you really need to go to college to learn how to design stuff? No, you don't. Look, there's some things you need to go to college for. There's other things where you absolutely don't. But at the same time, listen, even if you have a degree in something like that, you're still going to get a job faster than somebody that doesn't, anywhere. And so it doesn't matter. It's still beneficial. An AI photo won first place. The creator turned down the prize and then told everyone it was created by AI. Yeah, I mean, that's essentially what's going on. And it's obvious, too. Yeah, for sure, Lewis. Lewis says, I've been programming and designing with Adobe since 2000, and this is probably the biggest change. Yeah, I mean, they'll still need people, but it'll be less, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I disagree. I don't think liability is the big issue here. In all honesty, I don't think it's liability. I think it's more so. I don't think you need liability for programming. I think you're still going to have code overseers and oversight. All right, so we did have some earnings today. CVS apparently posted 220 EPS versus 209, sales of 85.28 versus 80.95. So better than expected sales, better than expected adjusted EPS. Lowered their fiscal year 23 adjusted EPS to 850. So lower EPS guidance for 2023, unfortunately, for CVS. And if you look at CVS here on the right side here, so yeah, you can kind of see CVS moving a little bit, but not a ton. So freaking Kramer saying, quote, I'm a bear when it's called for, like in 07, but this stock market belongs to the bulls, end quote. Whew, Kramer, be quiet, dude. Nobody wants you to be bullish right now, bro. Nobody. I gotta figure out a way to mute this real quick. Hold on, let me figure out a way. Sorry, guys. Okay, yeah, there you go. I can snooze notifications. Okay, cool. That's necessary. But yeah, CVS breaking down here. Yeah, for sure. Counterparty, 100%. What's up, Sam? At a meeting with the Watson team from IBM 2 weeks ago, they're making many changes in upcoming months. Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking, man. He got to stop saying that. All right, guys. So again, SPY at 411.60s here. Tesla at 160s. Conor McGregor shooting shots. Oh, dude. Somebody said, much love to you, man, but Floyd would kick your butt 10 times if you stood up to him 10 times. And then Conor McGregor responded, Floyd can't kick or read. Ooh, man. Got him. I feel... Oof. I don't know if Conor's ever going to fight again. I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of people trying to claim AI art as their own. That's kind of how it goes, you know. How much until rate hike decision? Rate hike decision is going to be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. All right, so mortgage applications are out. Oh, did we get mortgage data today? Yeah, we just did. Okay, let me check it out. We did get mortgage data today. All right, so 30-year mortgage rate came in at 6.5%, down a little bit from last time at 6.55%. So lower than expected 30-year mortgage rate at 6.5% versus 6.55% expected. Or not expected, sorry. It's not lower than expected. It's lower than last time. And so I'm looking at the 30-year mortgage rate because I'm in real estate, of course. And so, again, I'm looking at 30-year mortgage rate. But less is good. Less than last time. 6.5 versus 6.55% expected. That's solid. Like, that's good. That's kind of what you want to see. So yeah, mortgage, 30-year mortgage rate came in at 6.5% versus 6.55% expected. I'm gonna push this to Twitter. So again, NBA 30-year mortgage rate came in at 6.5. So it dropped about 0.05% this week from 6.55% last week to 6.5% this week. All right, so yeah, mortgage dropped a little bit here. Yeah, I saw that, Chris. It wasn't in Conroe, it was in San Jacinto. So it wasn't in Conroe, it was in San Jacinto. Hey, what's up, Tony? Yeah, it wasn't in Conroe, it was in San Jacinto. Good morning. I use your fast earnings info to make my trades. Hey, thank you, Bernardo. I appreciate it, man. Again, today's a big day, bro. We got the rate hike decision. Did I make money yesterday? I can't remember. Let me see. I think I did, right? I'm pretty sure I did and made money and then just didn't trade after that. So I'm pretty sure I made money and then I cut and I stopped. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we made some money. Hey, Bernardo, my guy. Thank you, brother. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Bernardo with the $3 or no, with the $5 donation. Hey, shout out to you, man. Thank you so much, dude. Countdown, bro. Okay, well, what do you want to count down to? The rate hike decision. We got the non-farm payroll data at 8:15. So the non-farm data countdown is what we'll do first, but because that data is relevant and it does move markets some, and it will drop. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't want to talk about it. There's too many buzzwords on stream, Chris. But yeah, I read about it. It's a really sad story, dude. I just try to stay away from all that stuff, dude. I don't like listening to it and hearing it, man. Not criticizing you, of course. I'm just, just makes me sad, dude. I hate hearing about that stuff. Let me get the music rolling here. I'm gonna try to go to the old music playlist that we got. But yeah, Tony, what's up, bro? Yeah, you'll have to come on stream. You guys know me, I'm a planner, and so not today. But if you want to come on stream, we'll plan it out. Tony can come on, hop on. Epidemic Sounds, what they did wrong is they made you have to click view more to keep scrolling here. And it's like I've got 600 songs, and so that's a long time. There we go. Those Amazon earnings calls ate your lunch. Me? Are you insinuating that I lost money on the Amazon earnings calls, bro? I'm pretty green on the year, man, honestly. What's wrong with the Amazon earnings calls? Trading's good. Trading's good. Swing trades have been killing it, man. Is really what. I've been making more money on my swings than anything, in all honesty. Somebody says, I'm thinking of joining the Die With Nothing camp. Too many generational wealth horror stories recently. Easy wealth can cause as many problems as poverty, just different ones. I don't know about that, though, dude. Like, I think there's a point. Like, I think it depends on how you raise your children, right? I think that matters more than anything else, bro. I think what wealth does sometimes to people is it makes them pay less attention to their kids, and that causes problems, right? But I don't think the wealth itself is the problem. I think it depends on how you treat your kids. You know, I think, for instance, right, if you give your kids whatever they want, your kids are not going to be balanced. They're not going to be respectful of money. You know, they're not going to be ambitious is the problem, right? So if you let your kids grow up and you buy them the newest and best thing every time, and you just kind of, you spend too much money on your kids, you buy them whatever they want, you never make them work for anything, you always get them the newest and best, you never tell them no, you never make them budget money, you always buy them the best thing, you know, you never turn them down for purchases, then your kids are going to grow up and they're going to be very unbalanced. They're not going to respect money, and the biggest problem is that they're not going to be ambitious. You know, they're just not going to be ambitious is the problem. It really is. Again, I've told this story. Like, I didn't really come from like my family wasn't rich, of course. But like we weren't like, you know, doing too bad either. Like we were probably normal suburban, you know, life. But my dad wouldn't let me buy anything. You know, I'd buy Walmart shoes for school, and you know, he wouldn't let me buy anything. And again, it's actually beneficial for me as I got older, because now, you know, I can respect money and you have ambition to make it. But if you just give your kids whatever they want, you know, they're not going to respect money. They're not going to be ambitious. And you got to spark that ambition in kids. And if you just give them whatever they want, it's just not going to work. Yeah, you got to make them competitive. You got to spark their ambition is really what it is. Again, if you give your kids whatever they want, that's the problem. You know, they say, oh, well, I want to give my kids the life I never had. No, you don't. You want to make them work for stuff, man. If you don't, they're not going to respect money. They're not going to have any ambition. They're just going to want to sit around is the problem. And that's what happens is they just sit around. They don't do anything. Are you eyeing some swings to enter today? I mean, I buy my daughter lots of stuff, Tony, but like, she's not getting a brand new iPhone. You know what I mean? She's not getting whatever, you know, she's not getting multiple pairs of shoes a school year. Like, she's going to have to, and again, anything she wants, we make them work for. She's got one of those credit card things, and like, if she doesn't work for money, she doesn't get it. And so she's got to do household chores. She's got to do stuff if she wants money. Even something like that will make your kids more entrepreneurial and more ambitious as they get older, over just kind of buying them the newest and best of whatever they want, you know. No, we didn't misview it. If you look at the title, man, the title just says FOMC Day, Powell rate hike 2 p.m. So yeah, we didn't misjudge it. We just put that, again, today's FOMC day, the rate hike decisions at 2 p.m. We have non-farm payrolls at 8:15. That's literally what the title says. It says FOMC day, Powell rate hike 2 p.m., non-farm data 8:15. And so that's what it says. You know, that's exactly what the time is. That's exactly when the numbers are coming out. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100% Jay. Yeah, all good, Tony. I get it, man. I mean, I think there's a difference between a 6-year-old. My daughter's 13. And so difference there for sure. Once she gets older, it's different, you know. But like, I'm okay with, you know, I'm okay with that. But once they turn into teenagers, you can't do it. I can't do it, at least, So again, was Amazon green yesterday in a market of redness? It was, man. Market was down big yesterday. Amazon still held up. It was still green. Gold. Yeah, it might be something where I start buying some gold. I thought about buying gold yesterday, but I stopped myself. No offense to the younger generation, but young people don't know what work is or know what real work is. I feel that. I get it. But I also think you got to understand that, like, this new generation, they're more... Okay, I think the way you have to look at it is, I think, like, manual labor is tough, right? But manual labor is not any more real work than building an online business and making money that way. I think sometimes people who do manual labor work, and again, I respect them completely, but I think sometimes they act like their job is real work, and that other maybe online businesses or online work is not real. And what people have to understand is that, like, work is all about making the most money you can, regardless of what it is. And so you could work construction, or you could build an Amazon business and make money, and they're both real, and they're both certainly work. I think the newer generation just understands how to make money online a little bit easier. And I think that should be understandable. I mean, I get it. Thoughts on an Apple swing trade? I don't know, man. I'm not really buying up anything. I think this dip yesterday could give you some bounces, but again, I really have no idea. So Alexander, no offense to you, man. 2 p.m. ET is the same as 2 p.m. EST, brother. It's the same time, dude. So, I mean, besides that, 2 p.m. is the same time, dude. EST is Eastern Standard Time. ET is Eastern Time. It's the same thing. It's the same time. It's market time is what it is. It's 9:30 market time. Again, that's what the title says. Title says 2 p.m. That's when the rate hike comes out at 2 p.m. Non-farm data 8:15. That's when the non-farm data comes out at 8:15, brother. I'm not sure what we're arguing about here, I guess. Not arguing, but I'm not sure what the problem is, I guess. No, David. I think David says that's a huge difference you're implying. I would compare manual labor to office job, not someone who built an online business. Just saying. I think you're missing the point here, though, David. The point here is that work is work is work, right? If you make money from it, that's all that matters. And if you build an online business, or if you work 8 hours in an office job, or if you work 10 hours of manual labor, you might make the same amount in each one. It's all work. You can't really criticize one of them. If you can get it done and you can make the same amount of money, then it shouldn't be criticized, is the point. Which I think you missed. No offense, sir. All good. It's all love here, but yeah, I think you missed the point there. Wonder if Amazon recovers today. Amazon made a pretty green day yesterday, despite everything. So Amazon is actually up. It's at 104s. And again, I respect all types of work. I can respect the people doing, manual labor. I can respect the people building businesses. I can respect the people that work office jobs. It's all the same to me. It's preference. Yeah, for sure, JP, 100%. Do you have any idea why Ford dropped on an earnings beat? I think Ford had lower guidance, if I remember correctly, but it's pretty neutral from the report. We covered the Ford numbers yesterday. I'll have to see what it said, but I'm pretty sure Ford... Maybe we didn't post it here. Ford, let me check. I'm pretty sure Ford had some type of, like, guidance issue or something like that. Let me look it up. Hold on one second. All right, so Ford put out some stuff. So Ford had better than expected EPS, better than expected sales, I'm pretty sure. They reaffirmed guidance as well. But they put out some stuff that made people nervous. What they said here, they quoted here as saying, let me find it. They said headwinds include economic uncertainty around the globe, higher industry-wide customer incentives as vehicle supply and demand rebalances, lower profit from Ford Credit, lower past service pension income, exchange rates, growth-related investments, connected services, and capital expenditures were problems for them, is what they put out in a quote. That is what ultimately made them drop, is that those fears that they put out, basically. That's essentially what they blamed on, I guess, having lower... on not beating guidance or something like that. On guidance staying unchanged. They said tailwinds include supply chain improvements, higher industry volumes, launch of an all-new Super Duty truck, lower cost of goods sold, including for materials and commodities. I mean, I don't know, Chris. I disagree there. I think some of the young people make money, with their minds, certainly. Hey, nice, Kieran. Congrats, man. Yeah. Yeah, I've done everything, man. I've done. I was landscaper. I've used a jackhammer and broken up concrete. I have done a lot of different stuff. I've worked office jobs. I mean, obviously, what I prefer the most is running a business from my home because but it took a while to get there. Yeah, all good, Aaron. No worries. I appreciate the support. Bull or bear, guys? I don't know, man. I think today's a little bit more nuanced than that. Again, we got less than an hour before non-farm payroll data. So non-farm payroll data drops in less than an hour. I'll put the timer up for that. But yeah. So we got 52 and a half minutes or so for non-farm employment data comes out at 8:15. So we'll cover that. Yeah, Yeah, roofing is really hard work here, and for sure. I have a couple friends that run roofing businesses. Very difficult work. So yeah, IBM announcing plans to replace 7,800 jobs with AI. Many other companies are going to follow suit, I think. Is there a dip buy opportunity in IEP? I might buy a little bit of this here, just a small share size though. I'm gonna buy like 10 shares of this on the upside today and see if we can buy the dip here. I think we've dipped enough. We put in lows, and so I think a 10 share position is reasonable enough here. Again, do not copy me. I have no idea what I'm doing. I might be wildly wrong about this, but yeah, we just bought 10 shares this, and we'll see if we get a bounce. Again, they're down so much on that short report. Maybe we found a bottom here, but again, I certainly don't know for sure anything they're going to do. All right, so somebody said they want to run down on AMD. AMD put in better than expected EPS. I'm pretty sure better than expected sales numbers, but dipped pretty heavily on lower guidance. I think the CEO says they expect server demand to remain mixed in the second quarter. The CEO says they expect the PC total addressable market to be down 10% for 23 to about 260 units, and they said that they expect client CPU sales to grow in the second quarter. So that's essentially what's going down right now for AMD. AMD down big on this report. Again, not enough for me to buy it up, but down big. SPY still testing the highs up there. And again, we'll see if we get anything good, but yeah. Yeah, so AMD posted 60-cent EPS versus 56-cent estimate. Sales of 5.35, beat the 5.3 guide. Second quarter revenue a little bit higher than expected. So they actually did okay with their guidance. I'm not sure why they're down. I guess I don't know why they're down, to be honest. I can't remember. I covered the earnings call. I think people just had fears regarding chips. Yeah, Jerome Powell day, man, raising rates. What do you think they're going to do here? Looking at our poll numbers here, we did do a poll. Again, the poll has about 500 plus votes. 69% think 25 basis points. And that's pretty likely, guys. I mean, 65 basis points is pretty likely. I seriously doubt we do anything outside of that. So 25 basis points is probably going to happen. Again, it is one of those situations where if we don't do that for whatever reason, so if we do anything outside of that range, the market could tank. Especially if we do like 50 basis points, market could tank. If we pause, the market could rip up. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. The real question is, what does Jerome Powell do? Again, the odds are pretty low. 91% plus people think that we're going to do 25 basis points. If we look at the odds here, now it's about 80%. About 88%. All right, so yeah. All right, so we're gonna put a picture of this up. There we go. Oh no. I'll do it. There we go. Odds. Okay. We did this. And again, Tesla up there to 161s almost. So Tesla bouncing back a little bit. It's not a huge bounce back yet. Yeah, it depends, I guess. It's a pretty nuanced conversation y'all are having in the chat. I think working manual labor makes you tired. And so I don't know if it's necessarily laziness, but I don't think it's laziness. I think working a manual labor job, working 8-10 hours a day doing hard manual labor is very, very taxing. Well, not just your physical, but your mental as well. So I don't think that they're lazy. I think they're probably just tired, man. And if they're doing it 5-6 days a week, that's a lot. It depends on what it is, though. Not every physical job is taxing like that. You know what I mean? It really depends on what it is. Some of them are pretty not easy, but they're not as physically taxing as others, and so it depends on what it is. Yeah, I mean, my kid has one, Chris, but we don't let her use social media. We don't let her use anything like that. Like, she doesn't have the apps. We have apps that watch the phone. We basically just let her use it for phone calls. Apple's earnings are tomorrow. Yeah, I feel you, Chris. I'm a welder. My job is pretty untaxing. Yeah. And welders make bank too, man. They do great. FRCB. So FRC is open? I don't see it open yet on my end, but it might be open on some other places, but I don't see it yet open on my end. All right, guys. The problem with all these real estate courses is like people telling people about seller financing and all this stuff, dude. Like, Of course, if you find like some sucker that's going to be willing to give you their property without getting the money for it, of course that's possible, but you're kind of ripping them off. Number one. Number two is that those are so hard to find, man. Uh, and so it's just kind of like, man, just like so a lot of these real estate courses are just kind of they're taking advantage of people who don't have any money. You know, like the reality of it is, if you want to invest in real estate, you either become a wholesaler, and even that's super difficult, and that's overly hyped because again, you don't need money. It's incredibly difficult to be a wholesaler. You're not going to make too many deals, and most of the time, and it's just such a difficult thing to find and do that it's saturated, oversaturated, I guess is the best word. But a lot of these real estate courses, they'll tell you, oh yeah, man, just find a 15 unit apartment complex that'll give you seller financing and basically give you this apartment complex for free and let you pay it off later. It's like, yeah, of course, if you find that, but nobody's going to give you that. And so it's just kind of telling people what they want to hear. It's confirmation bias. It's just telling them what they want to hear. I see so many of it. Like, it's like, dude, y'all just be real. Again, if you don't have the money to buy real estate, just that's the first thing. You want to buy real estate, like, you got to make enough to buy it. If you don't make enough to buy it, that's your first problem, is figure out how you can make enough to buy it. But don't spend the money on a course. Anything you can buy out there is free. Yeah, we don't do it with my kids, man. My kid, like my son, we give my son about 30 minutes of video games a week. Um, because if we let him play he will sit on that thing all day and never do anything. And so we make him earn it, and we give him 30 minutes a week. So he gets it's actually, we give him about an hour a week, actually. So we let him pick an hour on the weekend. We don't let him play during the week. If we let him play during the week, it would hurt his schooling. And so we only let him play on the weekend. And it's only for an hour at a time. It's only an hour every weekend. And so he has to be really selective with when he chooses to do it. Because if not, he'll just get wrapped up in, So no, in 38 minutes we get non-farm payroll data or non-farm employment change data. I see some kids in my neighborhood that do it. Yeah, we went fishing the last time we were in Baton Rouge. If 25 basis points, the market goes up or down, I'm new. I have no idea what the market's going to do. I think if we do 25 basis points, that's technically as expected. And so I really don't know what we're going to do from that. I really have no idea. I think we could do anything. I think we go up, down, or sideways from it. I really don't know. 25 is what's expected here. So by theory, we should get a neutral response. No, it wasn't there. Yeah, it's kind of what I do, Kieran. All right, so again, market up a decent amount today, but pulling back small amounts. I remember Game Shark, bro. I used to have a Game Shark, dude. You plug it into the little PlayStation memory card slots, unlock those Resident Evil, codes. That's what I used to do it on. Tony Hawk, I think they had one for Tony Hawk too. I remember the Game Shark. The Game Genie I never used. Yeah, SPY up to almost 412s here. So again, we'll see what happens. We got about 450 people here. Take the time, hit the subscribe button, guys. You know you want to. Do it one time. Might feel good. Hit the subscribe button, team, if you haven't already. We appreciate it. Get banned. Bro, so many scammers. Good day, sir. Get banned. Scammers. Scammers. Not y'all. Sorry, not y'all. Comment section of YouTube's a different story. All right. Hey, all good, David. Have a good day, brother. Yeah. All right, guys. So yeah, SPY up to 411.90s here. Again, we bought a little bit of IEP after the big pullback, but I don't know what we're gonna get there. Again, non-farm employment data comes out in about 30 minutes here. About 30 minutes for non-farm data. I never had a console. I'd have to go to a friend's house. Yeah, like I said, my dad didn't buy me whatever I wanted either. And so I'd have to save up my money by cutting grass. And then I would have to buy a used system off of the classified ads in the newspaper is what I would do. And then anytime I wanted a new system, like what I had to do, like first I bought a Sega. And then I remember I went to somebody's house in the classified ads and bought the Sega. And then when I wanted the N64 eventually, when that came out, I had to sell the Sega in the newspaper and then take that money and buy the N64 is what I remember doing. Classified ads in the newspaper, man. But that's the point, is like I didn't get whatever I wanted. I'd have to, if I wanted a new system, I'd have to sell my old one. And again, I think that made me more ambitious. I think you got to spark ambition in your kids, you know. That's what I'm trying to do, at least. Yeah, for sure. All right, guys. But yeah, IEP, we bought the dip. SPY at almost 412s. SPY at 412s. We'll see if it breaks. Again, we hit 417s, almost 418s the day before yesterday. And so the real question is, what does this rate hike decision do to us today? Again, I really have no idea. SPY testing the highs of pre-market, just tapped 412s here. Just tapped 412s. All right, guys. So yeah, SPY at 412s. Tesla dipping down a little bit. We got IEP on the right. Again, we bought a little pullback on the, 39.40 is our average. Bro, am I getting old, dude? They're sending me ads about hair color. My hair's not gray yet. It's coming though. It's coming. I think I might have a couple grays. I don't know if I do or not. I'll have to look. All right, guys. Are you covering the Fed call today? Of course. Yeah. Boeing supplier Spirit Aero flags 31 million hit from 737 fuselage defect. Yeah, get AI to fix the gray. Oh, bro. But the problem is, like, filters are out of control here, dude. They really are. Filters are absolutely out of control. It's a problem. It's a problem. Okay. Like, listen, I'm old. Like, I've got wrinkles. I've never once used a face filter online. Never once, dude. Like, some of these filters on Facebook and other social medias are just way out of control, bro. It's so obvious, dude. Like, what's the purpose of that? Like, it's just causing this, like some of these filters are just out of control. Like, you look at a person and they're shiny and glittery. It's like, bro, get out of here, dude. I've got like literally 70-year-olds on social media that I know, like 70-year-old ladies that are on there, and they've got these filters and their face is all sparkly, and it's like, bro, you do not look like that. Like, stop it. Like, Karen, put the filter down, okay? Like, stop it. You don't need that. John over here, I'm kind of a hypocrite right now, to be honest. Look at John. Look at AI John. Y'all want to see AI John? I talked about this last week. Look at AI John over here. Hypocritical John right now. AI John right here. Look at me. Hypocritical John over here, just talking smack. It's okay. Let's find the other. You want to see the other AI pictures of me? Let me find them. Hold on. We got a couple. They're hilarious. Look at AI John over here. I'm one to talk, man. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. But yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look like me. I think they'll go 25 basis points, but in the speech, he'll say they're going to pause for the next hike and start a bull run. I hope so, Mario. I hope you're right, bro. Yeah, honestly, I'm jealous too, David, to be honest. I'm jealous too, dude. That's a nice beard. It's better than my real beard here. Like, my real beard is not bad, Like, my real beard isn't bad over here, but it certainly doesn't look like that. Yeah, we've given it names before. I've dubbed it Patty O'Rourke, Irish gentleman. But, you can name it whatever you want. Why do you wear at home? Cap? Because I don't feel like looking at my hair on stream, in all honesty. Like, I'll take my cap off here. But, like, I'd rather just not have to worry about my hair on stream. Listen, if you streamed every day at 5 a.m. in the morning, if you got up at 4:30 and streamed at 5 a.m., you're not going to want to do your hair in the morning either, bro. I promise. And so, yeah, I don't feel like doing my hair in the morning. So you better believe I'm slapping a cap on and not having to worry about it. Start a bull run? I don't know, man. I think the FRC stuff could cause that not to happen. But again, it depends on what he says. It really, 25 basis points is overwhelmingly expected today. But the question is not whether we do 25 basis points. The question is, what does Jerome Powell say afterwards? That's the more important thing, is what he says in the interview that he's going to do in the press conference that they're going to do regarding the rate hike decision. Generally in these press conferences, they're going to talk about future projections, what they think is going to happen with regards to inflation moving forward, with regards to rate hikes. That is the most important thing by far today, is what they choose to do there. That's the big thing to watch. That's the big thing to pay attention to. That is the most important thing coming up. And yeah, it's something you want to pay attention to today. Again, the rate hike decisions dropped at 2 p.m. and then the press conference at 2:30. And so, yeah, we'll see. But yeah. No, I'm pretty sure he meant the hat. Like, why do you wear a cap at home? Yeah, for sure. Pawn. I could see that. Might be a little bit easier, Yeah, I wasn't able to grow a full beard until I was like 30. I was like 25, 25, 30 when I could grow a full beard. When I was young, I certainly couldn't. When I was 20, 22, 23, all I had was like a little goatee. I just had a little chin goatee is all I had when I was young. It still doesn't grow in super solid. Like, the hardest part, you got different types of people here. Like, for me, I could grow a goatee, and my dad is like this as well. My dad can't really grow a full beard like that. I must get it from my mom's side because my dad can't really grow a full beard. But the problem area for me is like the sideburns. I can grow a goatee, but the sideburns are the problem, So like when I was young, I could always grow this part, but I couldn't grow the sideburns. And, so I always just had the kind of little goatee here. You think like young people get this little goatees and they think it makes them look older. It doesn't. Everybody knows, and that was me. I thought the little goatee made me look older, but again, everybody knows. But the sideburns finally started to grow out when I was in my mid-20s. But a lot of, you got different types of friends. You got the friends that can't grow a beard at all. You got the friends that can only grow a goatee well. You got the friends that can only grow sideburns well and no goatee. And then you got the ones that everybody hates that just grow a beautiful beard when they're like 15, and everybody is jealous of them. That wasn't me. That's for sure. SPY pull it back to the VWAP here, the volume weighted average price. Again, we'll see if we hold here. But hey, later, Tony. Have a good day, brother. No, I said it must have come from my mom's side, not my mom, but my mom's side of the family. My maternal grandfather, I think, had a beard, but I don't know for sure. Non-farm employment change data, Alex, is in 20 minutes. You could always go to Turkey. Bro, honestly, funny story, man. So Carol, one day I was worried about going bald. And at this point in time, if I ever did start to go bald, I'm Propecia it up, Like, I'm going to be, popping Propecia when I get older. If I start to go bald, and I hope I don't. They say it comes from your mother's father, and my mother's father was bald at like 20, 25. And so it wasn't a good sign, but I'm pretty sure I have my dad's hair. And so for whatever reason, that didn't, that wasn't the same. My dad's hair and I is very similar, both curly. Not curly. My dad has kind of like straight hair. My hair is curly, but again, my dad still got hair and he's, 70. So I'm hoping I got my dad's hair. But anyways, I was worried about it one day. and Carol ended up sending the Bosley. She ended up filling out one of those forms online to Bosley. Is that what they're called? The Bosley hair place? Let me see. Yeah, the Bosley hair place, bro. And I swear, dude, I never heard the end of these people. Like, they would call me nonstop, constantly. They would just be ringing the phone constantly, texting me constantly. Hey, you want to get a hair transplant? Hey, you want to get a hair transplant? It got to the point where I was literally sending them a selfie of me, like, look, bro, I've got hair. Okay, stop it. Like, stop calling me, man. And it never stopped, dude. Honestly, I ended up changing my numbers, a couple years ago. But bro, they never stopped. They were relentless with their sales calls. So point is, never fill out the Bosley form. Never do it. They will call you repeatedly nonstop. Ugh. Yeah, at this point, just get AI to do it. Uh, it's from your mother's father, so your maternal grandfather. You all hear the music, you should be okay. Oh man, sorry to hear that, Kieran. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna pause Foo. I think it's pretty unlikely they're gonna pause, man. Yeah, I think it's again. I think it's very unlikely that they pause today, especially with like the bank stuff. I mean, I don't know. The bank stuff might actually influence them to pause more. I think because they don't want a recession. Uh, Again, SPY bouncing at the volume weighted average price. It's trying to bounce. Yeah, Gia. Again, I'm not against it. Again, I'm not mad at anybody that does it. All right, guys. SPY at 412 is almost consolidating. Tesla pretty quiet again. The market might be a little quiet today. We still got about 17 minutes before we get the non-farm employment data coming out. So again, we still got some time. All right, guys. So Yeah, let me see what we get today, guys. I'm really interested in the market today because obviously the rate hike decision is huge. Again, mortgage rate did go down a little bit relative to last week. So the NBA 30-year mortgage rate went down from 6.55% last week to 6.5% this week, dropping about 0.05%. And yeah, that's interesting to watch as well with regards to real estate. Of course, ADP non-farm employment data came out today, or is coming out in about 15 minutes exactly. Expectations for this are 148,000. So 148,000 is what's expected for mortgage data, or for non-farm employment change data. And again, this is just kind of the prelim into what we get for the actual non-farm payroll data on Friday. So generally the non-farm employment change data will come out 2 days before non-farm payrolls. So today is Wednesday, which means that non-farm payroll data will come out on Friday, as well as unemployment data on Friday as well. And then of course today we have the rate hike decision. We get services and non-manufacturing PMI dropping at 9:45 and 10 a.m. today. That'll be big data to watch and pay attention to as well. As well as, of course, we have the rate hike decision later on today, as well as the press conference, and then Apple earnings tomorrow, as well as jobless claims tomorrow as well. We also have the ECB rate hike decision tomorrow as well. So we got a lot of stuff to go over, to be honest, over the next couple of days here. We got the ECB rate hike decision. We got jobless claims tomorrow. We have Apple earnings in the evening. Friday morning, we have again, unemployment and non-farm payroll data. So a pretty busy week. And then next week we get CPI, I'm pretty sure. So next week, yeah. So next week CPI drops. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. So yeah, so the next CPI data comes out May 10th. So CPI data comes out on Wednesday of next week, and exactly a week from now on Wednesday, we get CPI data. So again, very relevant data coming out. Again, we'll see what we get. And I feel like people aren't paying attention. Oh, there's no music today, guys. My bad. I've been rocking out to music all morning here. My apologies, guys. There we go. That's a little bit better. Sorry. I completely forgot. Pawn reminded me to start the music. For whatever reason, I just didn't think of it. It must have stopped because somebody said the music was good earlier. Anyways, yeah. So again, everybody asking me y'all need to read, to be honest here. Okay. Look at the title. Look at the title. Read the title. Like, are y'all not reading the title? Read it. What does the title say, guys? What does the title say? Powell rate hike 2 p.m. Non-farm data 8:15. All right, 8:15 is in 13 minutes, 12 minutes. Non-farm data is what comes out today. Non-farm employment data coming out today. Yeah, all good, Kieran. What's up, Benny? Rate hike decision is at 2 p.m., guys. 2 p.m. Yeah, rate hike decisions at 2 p.m., guys. Again, non-farm employment data drops in about 12 minutes. All right, so let's look at regional banks. What's some regional bank symbols? I know there's a couple of them. There's WAL, Western Alliance. There is USB, US Bank Corp. Big red day for a lot of these. ZION, Zion Bank Corp, RF, Regions. We got FRC, of course, halted on the downside. PNC. What was the new symbol for First Republic? And then we also have PNC, Pinnacle. We've got PACW. We got TFC, FITB, So most stocks are down pretty big. Bank stocks specifically are down pretty big over the last few days. Here's the Q. Q is pretty strong today. Q up to 121s. Hey, thank you, Pounds. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. It was an FRCQ. AMD still down pretty big. Again, we bought a little bit of IEP. We're green there. Yeah, Bitcoin up to almost 29K. Mostly just chilling right now. But yeah, thank you for becoming a member, brother. I appreciate it. Bullish or bearish today? I'm pretty neutral. I don't know. I think we're going to come in as expected. I think what matters more is what Big Papa Jerome Powell says during the actual press conference. All right, guys. So again, Q bounced it up. So tech is bouncing up a little bit. Amazon trended really far against the overall market yesterday. A lot of people are buying gold right now too. Gold ripped up. If you look at GC, for instance, gold up to 2024, breaking highs of the last little bit. $20.63 was the highs of the last month or two. All right, guys, 8 minutes. 8 minutes before non-farm employment numbers. FRCB. Yeah, so we are resumed at 40 cents, so some of those put options can cash. All right, so Q testing highs, Tesla at 161s. Again, we got 7 minutes, guys, 7 minutes. So Pepe down almost 2,000% in 2 weeks. What a surprise. Nobody thought it would hold. Anybody sitting on that still is pretty, If you buy Pepe when it's up as big as it has been over the last couple weeks, I'm not saying you deserve to lose, but like you're probably a gambler, Oh man, dude. I'm watching this video of this guy climbing out of his 8th floor apartment window to catch this 3-year-old girl that was falling. Wow. Can't tell if it's real now, but hey. I have difficulty closing my options even past 100% gains. I can't sell. Am I addicted to gambling? Not necessarily, but you might want to look into it. But not necessarily. I mean, there's situations where you want to keep holding, but you know, whether you're in them is a different story completely. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Again, we are going to throw it in sub-only mode, so if you have not already, hit the subscribe button. You know you want to. Just try it one time. It might feel good. Do it now. Yeah, I mean, it depends, man. If something's ripping up crazy big, okay, 100% gain is not necessarily like huge in option terms, right? Like options, a lot of them are going to expire worthless, and so in that regard, there's a difference there because again, a lot of options are going to expire worthless, and so with options trading, you need to make big percentages on the ones that do well because again, the ones that don't do well are going to be worthless, right? And so with options, it's not necessarily true. My point was like if you're buying up Pepe coin when it's up crazy huge percentages, like thousands and thousands and thousands of percent after the huge pump, like if you can't stop yourself from buying that up from FOMO, again, that's a different story, you know. But options, again, it's just a different thing. It's a different niche of trading, you know. All right, guys, about 2.5 minutes here. We're gonna get the timer gone. We're gonna pause this, exit out. Get ready, guys. 2.5 minutes. All right, guys. Again, non-farm data expected to come in at 170. Or no, that's non-farm payrolls. Actual non-farm data is expected to show up at 148,000. 148,000. 148K for non-farm data expectations. 148K. So again, we will see what we get here. We got about 1 minute and 10 seconds or so. About a minute and 10 seconds. Again, we are in sub-only mode, so hit that sub button if you haven't yet. We appreciate it. Got about 750 people here for non-farm payroll data. Or non-farm employment data, not payroll. Again, expectations are 148K. If you don't know what this is, it measures the monthly change in non-farm private employment based on payroll data of about 400,000 businesses. It's a good predictor of the non-farm payroll report that comes out Friday. Yeah. So higher means economical growth, which means more inflation problems. Lower means less inflation problems, but less economical growth. And so it really depends on what the market is fearing here. All right, guys, 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Again, make sure you hit the live button next to the play button, team. All right, guys, here we go. And again, hit the live button next to the play button. We appreciate it. All right, 296. 296. Way more employment numbers. 296. This will probably make the market drop. 296 versus 148. Basically double. So it's 100% more than expected. Way more than expected. And again, what this means is way more economical growth than expected here, which is bad for inflation problems. You can see the market dropping that. Wow, 296 versus 148 expected. What this means is that non-farm payroll numbers are probably going to be high Friday. Wow, 296. That's the biggest beat I've ever seen on these. That's way bigger than expected here. 298 or 296. Crazy beat here. Crazy big. That's huge, man. Honestly, and the market actually is kind of gapping up a little bit from it. Look at that. 296. Wow. Again, we're going to put this up on screen, but man, what a number, dude. 296. Way higher than expected. Here's the number right here. Kind of crazy, honestly. That's a big number. That's the number right there. 296 versus 148 expected here. Way bigger number than expected. And again, we'll see what the market does. Market's liking it. Look at it. Market's popping back up a little bit, almost to 412. So what this could mean is that the market's fearing a recession more than inflation right now, is what it could mean. What do you guys think about this? But man, 296 versus 148 expected. Yeah, so again, what this could mean is that inflation fears are less than recession fears. Recession fears are getting higher than inflation fears is what this could mean. Interesting for sure. Yeah, that's crazy high. Look at this, up to 412s here. So what it means, again, is inflation fears might be dwindling and recession fears could be higher. And so with that, look at the run up here. Wow. Attention, anyone support John adding a comedic personality to his channel? I mean, listen, man, at this point in time, I'm just going to run this channel myself. I'm not going to add anybody else, I don't think. I mean, I'm definitely top 3 most hilarious people in the world for sure. But yeah, the point is, I'm not going to hire anybody to come on stream. Again, I've tried hiring people like that in the past. It just doesn't end up working out typically. You know, and again, the channel is running great, growing very fast. And so, you know, in the end, like other networks might get more views or whatever it is, but this is just me. I own 100% of this channel. And so, you know, I'm not going to hire anybody else to try to come on stream with me. It's just not worth it. But yeah, big numbers here. Big numbers. Almost twice as big as expected. Yeah, so non-manufacturing employment numbers, or non-manufacturing and services PMI data coming out at 10. That's big too. Indeed. Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 100%. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Bro, how many days after 100K did you receive the plaque? I got it within like a week or two. Realistically, they gave it to me pretty quick. No, I don't really need anybody like that. I have mods and contractors that do back end work for me already. I just don't need anybody else to come on stream. You know what I mean? All right, guys. So again, non-farm data making the market pop here. Again, of course, we got some people saying manipulation, bro. Every single thing like this, somebody says manipulation, dude. It doesn't matter what the numbers could come in low, manipulated. Numbers could come in positive, manipulated. Rate hike could come in low, manipulated. Rate hike could come in high, manipulated. Again, anytime we get anything like this, people just get mad. In the end, maybe it is. I don't know, but I don't think. I think you got to look at the numbers and say, this is good. This is optimistic. This is what we want, because inflation fears are much higher with the banking problems going on. So this is much better than what it could have meant if it came in lower than expected, I think. Yeah, FRC's at 25 cents. I mean, it got it bought out by JP Morgan, and so it basically failed. All right, well, I appreciate it, Cal. In the end, it's all TA that counts. Well, I mean, fundamental. Again, I don't really want to get into this argument again because I don't think it's really arguable. But fundamental movement is going to influence the market more than technicals by far. You know, and what I mean by that is, like, you could have the best technical pattern in the world, but if CPI comes in way above expectations, the market's still going to drop. And so fundamentals move markets way more than technicals. In terms of like big moves is what I mean. Like big reactions, big candles are usually fundamental in nature from earnings or from economic data. Much more than technicals. And I use technicals daily, of course. I believe in technicals naturally, but again, if you have two competing with each other, the fundamentals are gonna are gonna move the market more than technicals generally. Yeah, we do shorts. We put a short out yesterday. Data's already out for the PMI data, at least. Comes out at 10 o'clock now. All right, so again, I don't think we have any. So yeah, we get services PMI and non-manufacturing PMI coming out later. We get services and non-manufacturing PMI later. So yeah, we got services and non-manufacturing PMI dropping today. Again, if you haven't already checked out Topstep is one of my sponsors, but they really are like one of the ways. Like if you want to trade this economical data, Topstep's probably what you want to use because there's no PDT rule, right? So everybody's always talking about restrictions in the PDT rule, but there's no PDT in futures, and it's actually where most pro traders trade is the futures market. Look at FRC right now, guys. Just to put this up, here's FRC right now. FRC at 25 cents. But yeah, most pro traders trade futures and day trading. And the reason they do that is because there's more liquidity and there's no PDT restrictions. So you can day trade essentially the S&P 500 in what's called the E-mini in futures, or you can trade currencies. So it's very similar to Forex, or at least US dollar-backed Forex. You can trade commodities like gold and silver. And there's more liquidity in those markets, and there's no PDT restrictions. And so it basically does the same thing as the SPY with the E-mini, same thing as like some currency pairs with currencies and futures. And again, you can day trade them with no PDT rule. The cheapest way to get your foot in the door, like one contract at the E-mini is over $4,000. So if you want multiple contracts, you're going to need thousands and thousands of dollars. The cheapest way to try out the futures market without taking on a lot of risk. And it really is kind of the best of both worlds, where you're not taking on too much risk, but if you pass the test, then you still keep 90% of your profit moving forward after that. And so they give you a demo and they test your profitability. And so the base one, I think, is 50K. They give you a 50K demo, and you have to hit 3K in profit on that 50K demo without losing over 2K or $1,000 a day, I think is the rules. So you might want to check to make sure, but reasonable ratio, 2 to 3 ratio. If you could pass it, they fund you with a 90%. $50,000 with a 90%. There's multiple different packages. And if you lose, it's not the end of the world. And so it's a great middle ground of pressure where you get some pressure, and just taking the test will help you be a better trader. And most people are going to fail because most people lose day trading. But that's kind of the point, is that it's a lot cheaper to lose on Top Step than it is to put up, thousands of dollars yourself. So a great way to kind of test those markets out realistically. And again, if you want to check them out, I'll put the link up here. Great way to help support your boy here in this channel. We appreciate the love and support as always, guys. And again, if you want to check them out, here is the link. Definitely biased in their favor, again, because they pay me money. And I always try to be transparent about that. But I think it's genuinely useful for traders. Here's the link. Check it out. I think you can also often see fundamentals from technical, but surprises what you can't see: uptrend, improving fundamentals, plus optimism about growth, so on. Yeah, 100%. How did you become so funny? I don't know. I'm definitely top 3 in the world for sure. What's up is the data released 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, the futures market is open 24/7, but on Top Step, it's only day trades. Bitcoin looking heavy. Yeah, I mean, it's been sitting pretty sideways at that same level for a while now, So we'll put a timer up since so many people are asking us about this, guys. So again, 2 p.m. is when the rate hike decision comes out, guys. 2 p.m. So right now it is about 8:30 market time. All right, we got about 5.5 hours. Until the rate hike decision comes out. About 5.5 hours. So for everybody wanting a timer, you're welcome. Do you do any leverage trading? Any advice for those listening? My advice is to trade small, trade safe. Again, my advice to everybody is always the same. Penny stocks, whatever you want to look at it. Like, you're going to have gurus out there trying to sell you a dream. Don't fall for it. Like, most of the time, day traders are going to lose for a while until they win. That's why one of these funded account programs are valuable, is because it allows you to lose, but for less money, basically. That's why they're inherently valuable. And you're going to have a lot of people that try to say, oh, I turned $1,000 into $500K in 3 months. You just got to buy my course or buy my service, or I'll teach you how. It's total BS nonsense. Like, the odds of that are so low that they're just trying to sell you a dream and hoping you fall for it. And if they can pander to your wants, like financial freedom or money, then you're going to be an easier sell. And so don't fall for that stuff. Understand that most traders are going to lose, and that's okay, because once you're good at it, that'll be a skill you'll have for the rest of your life. But it takes years generally to learn. And it's something that you have to understand about it, is that it takes years to learn. It's not easy at all. Anybody that claims it's easy is just lying to you and probably trying to sell you stuff. Most people are going to lose. A large majority of people are going to lose. And so, especially in the beginning. And so the larger size you trade in the beginning, the more money you're going to lose. Like, don't see a guru online posting $4,000 gains in a day and then try to emulate that to look cool online. It never works. And most of the time you're just going to end up losing so much money. It's going to, destroy your savings. So just don't do it. Just be smart. I'm actually a better swing trader than I am a day trader, in all honesty. Like, my day trading's good, I think, but my swing trading is better. Oh, no, all good. I appreciate it, David. Okay, yeah, you're actually right. So, hey, my apologies. Yeah, now I got it. Never again will I use the word economical in the wrong context. My apologies, sir. It's a good skill for anything in life. Should I stay in a relationship or go? Should I stay in a job or go? Trading teaches risk and decision making. Yeah, 100%. 5K trading course on penny stocks. The only guy making money is the guy running the course. 100%. Yeah, I mean, you got to learn about risk for sure. What advice do you give to somebody who wants to swing trade? Patience is what makes money in swing trading. You know, like for instance, I have a lot of people that are like, "Hey, John, like, why aren't you buying this up?" You know, the Nvidia yesterday, right? People were getting mad at me for not buying Nvidia, and I was honest about it. I was like, "Hey, the reason I'm not buying Nvidia is because this is the 6-month chart on Nvidia." Here's a 6-month chart on Nvidia. It's just up too much. You know, what makes me money in swing trading is patience. And again, this is just my specific style. But I'm looking for extended pullbacks in healthy companies. So I'm looking for companies that are healthy, that are pulling back heavy long term. So like, for instance, some of the biggest stocks that I bought were Disney. If you look at Disney daily chart, that's an hourly chart. If you look at a Disney daily chart, it's down on the year. When it pulls back to 90, it's around the lows. And again, it's Disney. It owns Star Wars, Marvel, ESPN. So when it pulls back heavily, I will buy it up and I will sit on that as long as I need to. So it's not just swing trading. Some people could call it investing as well. But it's all about patience. And again, I'll sit on this for years if I need to. But I have not had to yet, and I've gotten into, dozens and dozens and dozens of swing trades over the last, couple months. And so I look for healthy companies that pull back big and take advantage of the weakness. Sometimes I'll get into shorter swing trades after like earnings or after like short reports. For instance, one of the ones I'm in now, I bought IEP recently. SQ after the Hindenburg short report, I bought that dip at the 50s and sold at the 60s. And again, I got out. I'm not in it anymore. And so it depends, but I'm looking for extension. And again, that doesn't mean everything. Why do people get mad at other people about what they spend their money on? Because they're emotional about their own positions. That's always what it is. It's always just emotion about their own positions. Like if I'm in Nvidia and I'm down big money, and I hear somebody on YouTube say, "Hey, I'm not buying Nvidia," that might make me emotional, and I might get mad at that. That's really what it is. That's when you see it the most. Hey, what's up, Shepard? Oh no, I appreciate it, David. No, you're helping me from looking dumb, so I appreciate it, David. It's all good, man. I guess my assumption there was that like economical would be used for both economic data, like, but and I think there is a definition for economical that still could mean that. But yeah, you're absolutely right. So I appreciate it, really. Trading is about finding an edge. Figure out if a stock goes up or down more than random guesses. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just about, you got to be patient. Your position offends my position. Yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Do you buy the stocks or options? I buy stocks. I don't buy options. Options are too restrictive, and I have enough buying power to where I don't need to buy options to save buying power. Because options are really just a way to save buying power. Like you can make a bet and save buying power, but again, they're more restrictive. And again, one of the things that I generally do is I'll sit on them long term. And so if it doesn't go in my favor, then I can sit on it long term. And if it's a healthy enough company, like again, Disney, Google, Amazon, Apple, Walmart, Target, whatever Microsoft, I'll hold on to it long enough as long as I need to. But again, my stop loss is generally under 25% by far. I'm not going to hold it 25% down typically. Not to be mean, John, but do you have any advice for these meme squeeze chasers that's down big money on AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, GameStop, etc.? Don't be so gullible, is my advice. I'm not trying to be mean, but like these communities wrap you up. These influencers who are down big money talk you into being down big money. They make you feel all warm and fuzzy, like you're joining some type of community about the stock. Like, you should never fanboy a stock. It doesn't matter what it is. So, like, if the community's making you feel all warm and fuzzy, it's trying to distract you from the fact that the company's down huge amounts. And so don't fall for it. Don't be gullible, man. Like these, again, Adam Aaron, talking about like he's trying to make it a moral issue. Like he's calling Benzinga evil, and he's calling all these different groups. Like he's calling API like glitches evil. It's like they're not evil, they're just glitches. But what he's trying to do is he's trying to manipulate shareholders into thinking it's a moral issue. And you see a lot of these penny stock meme stocks that are down huge numbers. You see a lot of them doing that, where they're trying to convince the people sitting on big losses that it's a moral issue, and it's not. A lot of these companies are just bad companies, man. Let's just be real here for a second. The penny stocks that are down, I've seen so many people jump on the bandwagon with Bed Bath & Beyond and all this stuff. Bed Bath & Beyond's a terrible company. Let's just be real here for a second. What's the future argument for business success for Bed Bath & Beyond? Again, I've asked this question like 50 times. Never gotten a response. Never gotten one. Never gotten a real response. What's the real fundamental health argument for long-term success in Bed Bath & Beyond? I don't think there is one. I haven't got one. I haven't heard a legitimate one yet. And so, again, I'm open to hearing it. I really am. I'm open to hearing it if you guys have one. But I don't think there is one. But again, what they'll try to do is they'll try to talk you into it like it's a moral issue. Like the big, like they're just keeping the little man down, like these shadowy figures are just, going around just stealing these healthy companies. And these are terrible companies. So it's just like, don't be so gullible. Best advice I can give. My advice to them, do you, man. It's your money. If you want to love a stock, then go ahead. Again, yeah, it absolutely is. Again, they can do whatever they want to do. I'm for it. Again, they can do whatever they want to do. But I can criticize it as well. I mean, it's all good, Yeah, ladder attacks, dark pool manipulation, all this stuff. These are just buzzwords at this point in time, man. Again, every stock has synthetic shares, naked shorts. It's something that's pretty common. It's not really provable either. And using that as a justification for AMC to have a larger market cap than Apple is just silly. It's just it's something that only new traders eat up for the most part. All right, look at Tesla dip here. Let's see if there's a reason for this drop. Look at Tesla fall. Rate hike decisions at 2 p.m. Yeah, stealing your bonfires everywhere. Yeah, look at Tesla dip. I don't know why the dip's happening. I'm trying to look this up right now. So U.S. Senator Ed Markey takes fight to Tesla Ford in battle to keep in-car AM radio. That news just came out about 15 minutes ago, but I don't see anything else really that's going to influence this. Anybody know why Tesla's dropping? Not always, EXO. That's not always, man. That's again, there's EXO, you're wrong, and I'm gonna explain why, brother. EXO says if you are not right greater than 50% of the time, you will lose money. That's not true at all. There's a difference here. So another thing, talking about new traders, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again. There's many different types of traders here. Like some traders capitalize on high accuracy rates. That's kind of like what I am. Like with my scalping, with my swing trading, like they're all high accuracy systems, or they attempt to be at least. Most of the time they are. But that's what I'm shooting for, is a high accuracy system. Now, there's a difference between that and risk reward, and you're not going to be able to have both. Like the only people trying to claim that they've got 90% accuracy and a 5-to-1 reward to risk ratio consistently are people trying to sell you stuff. It just doesn't happen, because if you really think about the logic of it, if you're giving yourself 5-to-1 reward to risk, you're going to be holding that a while. You know, your accuracy is not going to go up. It's going to go down. The longer you try to hold that position, the more your accuracy rate is going to drop. And so there's an inverse correlation between risk reward and accuracy. And it's something for traders to understand. And so you can make money if you have less than 50% accuracy. If you're getting in, like, say, here's an example. If you're buying like far outside the money put options or far outside the money options, that they have a low probability of success, but with, like, again, the Big Short, Brownsfield fund, I can't remember what the actual fund is called, but like if you watch the Big Short movie, what they did was they would buy options on very unlikely scenarios. And so when they lost money, they lost very small amounts of money, but when they won big, right? And in that situation, they're going to have less than 50% accuracy. And so you can certainly have less than 50% accuracy and make money in the market if your risk reward ratio is good enough, if you're getting such a big reward for a small risk. That's certainly possible, and that certainly happens regularly in the market. Again, my strategies are kind of the opposite, to where I am taking advantage of high accuracy swing trading. For instance, like I'm probably green on at least, I would say at least 70% of my swing trades. And so you can do it, but you're not going to get both. Again, you're not going to have super high accuracy, super good risk reward. And again, generally when I say this, you get somebody like, well, nah, man, I had this one isolated trade that I got high risk reward and high accuracy. It's like, sure, but doing that consistently is not going to work. And so I hope people understand. No, I'm not talking about a martingale. Martingale is just doubling your size every time until you win, right? Martingale roulette strategy is you bet $10, you lose. You bet $20, you lose. You bet $40, you lose. You bet $80, you win, you make money. And so by the martingale roulette strategy, you have to lose like 6+ times in a row to lose. And people think that, oh, well, you're never going to lose 6 times in a row. Yes, you are. And when you do, you're going to lose everything you made prior to that. And so that's why the martingale roulette strategy doesn't work. But that's not what I'm describing right now. What I am describing is something that has a very small risk and a big reward target. I think it's pretty self-evident, man. It's not really arguable. Yeah, but that's obviously not what I'm talking about, EXO. Hey, thank you, D. I appreciate the becoming a member, brother. Thank you, man. Yeah, it's a roulette strategy, is what it is. But I think people use it in that as well. But it really is originally is a roulette strategy. They've changed it though to where, you know, there's more green outcomes now and stuff like that. So it doesn't really work as good. But it didn't work regardless. Again, you might not understand the statistical probability of losing 6 times in a row, but it's not super low. You know, like you're going to lose 6 times in a row sometimes. And again, you're going to lose your whole bankroll when you do. And so that's why it doesn't work. Tesla under the previous closing price, guys. So Tesla under the previous close, you got SQ dipping down a little bit here. Market's starting to turn some. Yeah. Card counting is actually better than martingale and blackjack, but the problem with card counting is the casinos, like, it's legal, but the casinos will boot you out. And so it's very difficult to find enough places where you can get your numbers in, because it's all a probability game with numbers. And so with card counting, what they're going to recognize is the variance in bet sizing. So like if the count is low, you bet small, you bet small, you bet small. When the count is high, you raise your bets. They're going to notice the variance in bet sizing, and that's when they're going to boot you out. And so it's going to be very difficult to get your reps in enough to let the statistical, beneficial probability play out, if that makes sense. It's called getting backed off in a casino. They will quote unquote back you off, which means that they'll kick you out. It's illegal to do it, but they're also allowed to kick you out. You don't get banned. A lot of the time they'll do what's called back-offs. So they're not going to ban you. Banning you is what's called a trespass. They can trespass you is what it's called. Again, and I can count. I know how to count. I don't really do it, super often, but that's what it's called. It's called a trespass, which means that you're essentially banned, and if you come back, they're going to charge you for trespassing. Tesla down to 160s here. Again, let's see if it holds at 160s. Hey, thank you, D. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I appreciate the donation. I mean, I guess people can know where I live. It's not that big of a deal, but I appreciate it. All right, guys. So again, we are bouncing on 160 a little bit here. Yeah, all good, dude. All good, man. What are the expectations for a rate hike? 25 basis points. Well, no, they're not going to be able to take your cash. They're not going to be able to take your money and not pay you out. They're going to have to pay you out, but they might make it very difficult, but like you'll get your money. They might hold it or, whatever. It depends on where you are too, but most places, you're in an implied contract between the casino and you. And so they can't steal your money after you make it, of course. But they might make it very difficult to get it out. Anyways, guys, so yeah, the rate hike decision. So look at the 160 level in Tesla bouncing up. SQ still over there. Again, FRC did resume here. What was it? FRC. What was it? FRC what? Was it W? No, FRC N. No, FRCB is what it is. So FRC, guys, at 37 cents. 37 cents. So FRC did resume today. It is down huge amounts. Huge amounts. Yeah, so Atlantic City, they're not allowed to ban counters, Dev, but what they will do is they will limit your size. So, like, yeah, you could count if you're playing $5 a hand, but they will restrict the size that you're allowed to bet. And so that's how they get around that rule. It's like, yeah, they can't ban you, they can't kick you out, but they can limit you to $5 a hand to where it's essentially waste of time for you to do it. So yeah, they get around that. Yeah, so FRCB is open. It's at 40 cents a share for First Republic here. Again, put options are loving this right now because it's actually allowing them to cash out. But yeah. Remember, we do have services and non-manufacturing PMI around 10 o'clock. So the services PMI will be interesting here. 51.8 is what they're expecting for non-manufacturing PMI. Services PMI at 53.7 is what it looks like they're expecting. 53.7 here for that. So yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna mute the music real quick. I gotta do something here real quick, but I'm gonna mute the music. But yeah, so uh what's with this data? 296. Yeah, 296. So much higher than expected, like much more economical growth. And you can kind of see, despite the initial reaction we got, this did cause the market to drop, which means the market's still fearing inflation to a certain amount. Do people really know how to count cards when there's 6 decks in rotation? Well, yeah, you got to divide the amount of decks with the count is what you do for that. So like you could do it. The edge is lower. And you divide the count by the amount of decks that they have to get the true count is what it is. Uh, Tesla back under the previous closing price. So Tesla back under the previous close. All right, guys. So Tesla under the previous closing price holding. I think it should increase the probability of 25 points when jobs are good against zero. Yeah, I think 25 basis points is pretty likely. All right, guys. So yeah, FRCB at 37 cents here. And again, put option traders are loving this. Um, Today we got a lot of stuff. And so again, it's one of those things that like we got a lot of economic data today. It's not just one batch of data. No, the results, the 25 points are not out yet. Again, today is just FOMC day. If you look at the title, the data comes out at 2 p.m. Services and non-manufacturing data come out at 10 p.m. I think services come out at 9:45. So we do have a batch of data today, and then at 2 p.m. we get the rate hike decision, and we will stream the entire thing. So again, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We will stream the entire thing live as it happens at 2 p.m. And we'll stream the entire press conference, the entire rate hike decision. Again, thousands and thousands of people tune in for these because we cover the data very quickly once it's out. And so we get thousands of people here for these streams. My guess is we'll have over 4,000 people here live, simultaneous viewers. So we'll get a lot of people here. We cover the data very quickly. And again, lots of people tune in. So hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. Tesla back over the previous closing price. It is over that level now. It is at 160.30s right now for Tesla, 160.30s. And so again, we'll see what happens moving forward. But yeah, Tesla at 160.30s here. Any thoughts on SoFi, John? Beat earnings, revenue, deposits better than expected guidance, and the stock is down 20% in 2 days. It's one of the reasons I'm super skeptical of. It's one of the reasons I'm really skeptical of mid caps. I think investing in mid caps can be very, very risky, and a lot of people like the problem with mid caps is that traders are too confident in them almost, right? So, like, if this makes sense, the problem with a lot of mid caps is that traders are just overly confident in some of these positions to where the risk is that mid caps can move big percentages, right? So mid caps can go up and down in huge percentages. They're not Apple, they're not Disney, they're not Walmart. They can move big and move down big, and so they're really speculative. They're much more speculative than large market cap companies, and that's the problem with SoFi is that it's a newer company, software company, banking related. So maybe some of the fears there could be in terms of like just the broad banking fears that we have over the last couple of weeks and months. But again, the big problem is just banking. Like banking's risky right now, I think, and I think that's trickling into SoFi as well as the again the understanding that it's a mid cap stock. A lot of those are just overinflated from hype, right? So the problem with mid caps, in my personal subjective opinion, and again, I'm not saying this about SoFi specifically. I'm just saying in general, a lot of mid caps are pumped up too much because they get too much hype. People treat them like they're Walmart or Apple, and they're not. These companies are new, they're fresh, their margins aren't as good. They're younger companies, so they have less credibility in terms of longevity, and it's something that a lot of new traders fall for. And again, so same thing with SoFi here. SoFi, if you look at SoFi, it is down huge percentages. And again, I don't even know if I'd consider it extended, but if you look at a weekly chart, for instance, right, SoFi used to be $30 a share back in 2021. And so these companies get overly hyped. They get hyped up way too big relative to where they should be. And then generally they phase back down. Again, this is the same thing that happened with Peloton, with Beyond Meat, with Tilray. These are mid-cap stocks, overly hyped, and now they're just kind of fading back down to, I'm not saying where they should be, but again, SoFi is not some huge market cap company, and it's something that traders understand. And so I guess the point is like, if I'm shorting something, I'm going to short mid caps. I'm not going to short SoFi to put it into perspective. But I guess the point is like, I'm not going to invest in SoFi like it's Apple. Like I might put some money into these type of mid caps, understanding I could lose money. Understanding that they might just fall, but it needs to be calculated risk in terms of like, hey, I could lose money on this. That's the big problem with these is that they're just overhyped most of the time. And so just be careful with young, fresh companies that are up huge amounts short term, because those are usually the worst companies to buy. That's one of the reasons I disagree with Kathy Wood in some ways, is because, to be honest, she's buying up a lot of overhyped mid caps that I don't know if I like them in that way. Because again, they're not Apple, they're not Walmart, they're not big blue chips that have been around for a century. They are very new, very young companies that don't have a lot of proof of long-term success, and so just be careful with these. No, we're not staying live all the way to the FOMC. Again, all the title says is it's FOMC day. You know, the rate hike decisions at 2 p.m. You know, rate hike decisions at 2 p.m. Non-manufacturing services PMIs at 10 p.m. All right, guys. So FRCB bouncing back. Tesla's bounced right at that $160 level a couple times, so it might be a psychological level that's holding. All right, guys. Let me see here. Templates. Let me catch back up on the chat here. Bear with me, team. I think it varies, Rito. It depends on what type of trading. FOMC is at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. It might be in the title as well as in the top left timer. Leverage trading, 100x. What kind of trading though? Futures, stocks, crypto. It depends on what type. All right, let's get this ready here. All right, so we're gonna get ready to trade some futures today, guys. So again, we're gonna get ready to trade some futures today. Good day yesterday trading futures. So we did make some money yesterday in the futures market. Green day. Again, we'll see if today treats us the same. Hopefully, it does. Just be careful. A lot of volatility today. Not. There's probably going to be lower volatility heading into the open, but higher volatility as time goes on. So yes, there's probably going to be lower volatility heading into the open, but as we approach the 2 p.m. level, there's just going to be apprehension. Nobody's going to know what to do. Interest rate decisions at 2 p.m. It could say it at the top left and in the title as well. Could be possible that it does say it there. And again, bear with me. We are going to get ready to trade futures also. I'm going to go to the top. Put the timer down here now, I guess. Put the E-mini symbol up here. So yeah, what we're going to be essentially trading in futures. And again, there's no PDT in futures. You can day trade short futures, no PDT restrictions. FRCB is up to 41 right now, up to 41. So FRCB is bouncing back a little bit. There we go. All right, so bear with me, guys. We are let me figure out what this is. We're gonna get ready to day trade some stuff here. We made somebody day trade it yesterday. We made like $400 or so, if I remember correctly. Um, let me see. Yeah, we also talked to a mortgage friend of mine. And so we're going to talk about, he's going to come on the stream a little bit later, as well as talk about kind of the new mortgage rules and what they mean. All right, market's trending down short term. You can kind of see the trend here. Let's draw it out. This is a 1 minute chart. So, all right, so here's the trend that I'm seeing right now. Now, let's see if we hold. If we reject here, all right, so again, we might reject here. We're about to put the music back up. We got about 20 minutes still. All right, there we go. Yeah, so we could probably get the music going here, team too. Starting to move up a little bit here now. So we broke out of that trend. Again, we'll see if we actually hold here. I'm still looking at FRC. FRC's at 39 cents right now, 39 cents. All right, you'll probably get the music going here. Bear with me, guys. Right here, I could probably use that. Yeah. Okay. So, sorry, over here working, kind of multitasking sometimes on stream. Look at the SPY bounce back here. So you can see, like, here's the SPY. It is testing the 200 EMA and the volume weighted average price right now. And again, we'll see if it actually holds that level. Yeah, bear with me, pun intended, I guess. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be making money in put options now, from FRC. All right, so we did get a little pop up here. Fix this line height. There we go. We'll do 0.8. All right, so I can probably get the music back up. All right, so still in that upward trend. Tesla testing the VWAP 200 EMA, FRCB still over the 200 EMA, SPY testing the volume weighted average price in the 200 EMA. So again, we'll see if we actually hold these spots. Let's see if we pull back here. Part of me wants to buy the dip, but again, Tesla's rejecting here too. S&P moving by $2. Not worth zooming in on, guys. Yeah, I mean, that's such a subjective thing, man. I mean, if you're short-term day trading, the S&P moving $2 is pretty, pretty big move up and down. Of course, we're gonna watch it. Criticizing that, I think, is silly as well. But I mean, do whatever you want to do, guys. Tesla hold pattern. Yeah, Tesla testing the 200 EMA. It's over the previous closing price, so maybe that holds. Yeah, I'm going to show the press conference later on today. It might be a separate stream, but yeah. Yeah, this is old music, so let me know if you guys like the music better. Lower the size. Yeah, we're going to cover the FOMC meeting and the accompanying press conference, as well as PMI data later on today. FRCB is at 40 cents right now, guys. You can see it's at 40 cents. Again, we'll see if it actually holds, but again, put option traders that were struggling and worried, hopefully they can get out. But again, we'll see. I trade crypto, and what's the best website? Oof, a lot of different ones. Bitcoin going to new lows? I have no idea. I don't think so. Possible, but I really don't know. All right, SPY just tapped over the VWAP here. It's at 411.60s here. We still got about 12 minutes before the market opens, guys. About 12 minutes. Still got about 600 people here, and we appreciate it. And again, if you haven't already, check out Top Step. Top Step is the easiest way to get your feet in the door without needing tons of equity. Like most pro traders trade futures, and Top Step is a funded program, so they give you a demo, they test your skill, and if you can pass their testing, where they give you a profit target, they give you a max loss, and they give you a demo account. And if you can hit the profit and max loss target, or if you can hit the profit without hitting the max loss target and following the rest of the rules on the demo account, then they fund you between 50 grand up to 150K. Legitimate funding with a 90% split. And so it's the best of both worlds, in which, like, you're not taking on a ton of risk. It's building your skill as a trader, but if you pass it, you still get a lot of the benefits. And I think that's very useful for traders, obviously. Again, if you want the link, they are a sponsor of mine. This is probably the second plug I've done all day today. We've been streaming for 3.5 hours. And so we do commercials here occasionally, but my big thing is, like, I want to create a free resource and community. And so none of the plugs we'll get are necessary in terms of, like, seeing our content. So you'll be able to watch it all free. It's just kind of like the radio has commercials. The SPY is the S&P. It's just an ETF. It's a leveraged ETF of the S&P. NASDAQ is another broad market index fund. 75. How dare you add me? Hey, top 3 adders in the world right now. Yeah, y'all be careful if you're shorting Bitcoin. All right, so you should be able to hear the music. Let me know if you can. I'm sure there is one with the Dow. I just never trade it. I know there's one for the NASDAQ. The futures contract at the NASDAQ is called the NQ. So it's /NQ if you look at it. So you can pull it up here. So, like, here's the NASDAQ one right there. So you can kind of see the NASDAQ one. And then I don't know if there's one for the Dow, but all right, guys, we still got about 9 minutes. Bro, there's something up with these freaking headphones, dude. Like every couple seconds. Must be some type of connection thing with my headphones. I'm gonna put these. Yeah, Top Step's the ultimate paper account. Yeah, for sure. All right, let me see. Yeah, y'all be careful. Yeah, again, taking huge size is just risky. Y'all be safe. Again, the reality of it is anybody can throw up really large gains. Consistently doing that is a different story. Like people, one of the things I'll say is like, hey, if you want to make, you want to make 1,000 plus a day, you need to have like 500,000. And people will be like, nah, bro, I took my $10,000 account and I made 10,000 with it. And it's like, okay, that's cool. But like, if you keep trying to do that consistently, you are going to lose your entire account. And so the larger money you make relative to account size, the more risk you take and the more likely it is for potential all-out failure of your account and loss of your entire account. Y'all be safe, I guess is the best thing I'm trying to say here. Market's about to open up in 6 minutes, guys. Y'all be safe. Good luck. Yeah, I mean, debond, no offense, man, but like, no. Listen, dude. Let's do some math here really quick, okay? This is kind of the easiest thing to disprove, man. Like, I'm not saying you can't make $1,000 a day with 20K. What I'm saying is that trying to make, huge sums of money, trying to make 5% a day in any account is incredibly unlikely. And again, I'll explain why. Okay, so like if we pull up a calculator here, trying to make 5% a day, right? Say you make 5% a day, and 5 days a week. Say you only make money. Say you only make that on 4 days a week, right? You're making 20% a week. Okay, times 4.3 weeks in a month, you're making 86% a month, right? Times a year, You're making 1,000% a year, bro. Listen, if anybody could do that, they'd be a billionaire right now, brother. Okay. Like, again, you can try to make $1,000 a day on your account, but what's going to happen is, like, you might do it. Somebody brought up the martingale roulette strategy. That's what that is, right? So, like, you might be able to do it a couple times, but eventually you are going to lose the entire thing. And so, again, if $1,000 a day was like a reasonable expectation, whoever could do it would be a billionaire. You know, you're making over 1,000% a year. Again, this is just something that people selling courses want you to believe, right? In order to make $1,000 a day, you need like $500,000, you know, realistically. And again, don't get it twisted. Don't get talked into it by a bunch of people. Understand how it really is, guys. Again, if you can make over 40% a year, you're elite of the elite, okay? Let alone 1,000%. Like, be smart, guys. All right, it's all good, D-Bond. Like, again, an isolated group of trades is not the same as doing that consistently over and over again. There's a huge difference there, and people need to understand that difference. If you really want to make $1,000 a day safely, you're going to need hundreds of thousands of dollars to do so. And again, you got to look at the math, brother. You know, that's what you really got to look at. All right, 2 minutes, guys. Y'all hit that sub button, hit the notification bell. We appreciate it. All right, here's the open, guys. Good luck. And again, in about 15 minutes, we get services PMI. In about 30 minutes, we get non-manufacturing PMI data, which could move markets. So we'll see. But y'all be safe. Be careful. We're going to get ready to trade. All right, guys. 1 minute. 1 minute, team. All right, so here's the opening bell, guys. Y'all be safe. Good luck. All right, so there's the opening bell right here. Market dipped heavily ahead of this. All right, bouncing up a little bit at the open. Look at Tesla shoot up to 161s right now. To 161s. Huge move. All right, so again, consolidating here. I'm going to buy one contract right now. One contract. See if we get a little rebound. Bounce back up. There we go. All right, so we just made about $50, I think, real quick. One contract in the micro. Bought the dip. Saw Tesla pulling back a little bit there, too, so. Yeah, but top of all, no offense, man. But no, you can't. Listen, man. If that was the situation, then you would just put $10,000 accounts everywhere. He said you can make $1,000 a day easily with just 10K. No, you can't. Again, don't talk like that, man. It misleads people, bro. Like seriously, man. Straight up, dude. It misleads people, brother. No, you can't. Okay, if it was easy to make 10% in a day on the account, everybody would be doing it. You say, oh, well, the money grows, it's harder. No, you can't. If that was the case, you would just withdraw any amount over 10K, brother. Like, it doesn't make sense, dude. Like, it's not easy to make 10% in a day. Never is. Okay. Like, you might be able to do it, but you're gambling heavily to do it. And the odds of you losing are very, very high. Very, very high. And so, acting like it's easy to make 10% in a day, regardless of how much money it is just not true. And I think it's important for people to understand like how it really is in markets, man. Tesla up to 161, and it's all love here. Like I said, I'm not trying to be hard on anybody. What I'm telling people is the truth. It's never easy to make 10%, especially in a $10,000 account. You might be able to do it, but you got to gamble heavily to do it, and the odds of you losing that are very high. You know, the amount you're putting your account at risk to make that 10% is very, very high. Markets pull it back a little bit. FRCB's bounce it up a little bit too. FRCB at 43 cents, 43 cents. Tesla at 161. The SPY is pulling back a little bit now, obviously. Not really any huge range at the open. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to be honest. I'm trying to be realistic for people, man. Again, I don't think telling people you can make 10% easily on a $10,000 account in a day is a good thing to tell people because it's not easy. If it was easy, what would happen is people would make 10%, withdraw that. They'd make another 10%, withdraw that. They'd make another 10%, withdraw that, right? It would be very simple to get around that if it was just so easy to make a 10% in a $10,000 account. Again, it's not easy. You can do it if you're gambling, but you're risking your entire account to do it. Don't get it twisted. It's important for people to understand the truth. But I think there's a lot of people that are getting sold on courses, and in order to sell the courses, people have to act like it's easy, and it's not. You might be able to do it. I might be able to do it, but how much am I putting my account at risk to do it is the question, and that's the real question there. No, I'm not talking to you, D-Bond. I was talking to the guy above you that said it was easy. And again, it's all love here. Again, guy, whatever your name was, sorry, brother. I appreciate you being here and watching the stream. I really do. It's all love here. Like, it really is. Like, I'm not trying to be mean or whatever. I'm just trying to be honest with traders because I think they need the truth. Market sideways right now. Tesla rip it up to 162s here. 162s. Yeah, for sure, top of all. It's all good, dude. Like I said, I understand it by that logic. But again, it's not easy. I think that was the word that I didn't like in that comment, is that it's not easy. You know, it's incredibly risky to do so, I guess is the point. But again, it's all love here, man. Tesla moving up to 162s. FRCB pulling back to 39s. The SPY is pretty sideways choppy. Neutral range. Hasn't really done much. We could look at the range here and kind of see the range here. Tesla up to 162s. FRCB pulling back to the 200 EMA. SPY still choppy. I'm not really trading. I got into one trade and I'm out. And I'm just going to wait for this range to stop. Or range to break, I mean. Bed Bath & Beyond will be delisted today. I have 1,000 shares. Hey, good luck, brother. Y'all be safe, man. Again, I call it the Bed Bath & Beyond challenge. Give me a realistic argument for Bed Bath & Beyond's future success in terms of fundamentals. The Bed Bath & Beyond challenge. And I will call you top 2 greatest traders of all time ever. If you can give me a realistic argument. The Bed Bath & Beyond challenge. Participate. All right, market's testing the lows here. The lows at 4100s, 4140s on the E-mini. Oh, it's definitely like fishing stories, dude. Trading war stories are like fishing stories, absolutely. You know, you start to exaggerate the size of the fish, you know. It goes from catching a carp to catching a, you know, largemouth bass that was 5 pounds. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it goes. Yeah, Tesla ripping up, Apple moving up. Apple up to 170.50s. Yeah, honestly, we had a guy that was like yelling at me to buy Apple in my comments yesterday. So I'm probably never going to hear the end of it. Some guy, Alex, said, Apple to 180, buy Apple. They number 1 in everything, you know? And now Apple's shooting up. I'll probably never hear the end of it now. You better believe he's going to you know, show up sometime. If it holds at least. All right, so market's bouncing at this bottom support level here. We'll see if it holds. All right, testing the top of the range now here. SPY just broke over the 200 EMA, over the volume weighted average price. All right, so we are moving up a little bit towards the top of the range. Again, still in that sideways choppy range. I'm not really trying to mess with this right now. Y'all hit the subscribe button, guys. We will cover the rate hike decision later on today. We will cover it. Yeah, we're going to cover the manufacturing data. Again, we get services PMI data dropping very soon. So yeah, we get services PMI. Let me find the PMI data. There it is. So yeah, we get services PMI for April. Expectations drop. They drop in 4 minutes, really about 3 minutes. But the expectations for April services PMI are for 53.7. If you don't know what service PMI is, it's a monthly report that is based on the surveys of 400 executives in private sector service companies. It covers transport, communication, financial intermediaries, business and personal services, and computing and IT, hotels and restaurants. Above 50 signals an improving numbers in those sectors. Below 50 indicates deterioration in those sectors. Okay, so basically higher than expected here means economical growth. Lower than expected here means economical weakness. And so 53.7 is the neutral level. So higher than 53.7 economical growth, which could mean a drop in market activity. We don't really know how the market's going to respond. Or under 53.7 could mean a bounce because of less inflation problems. It could also mean a drop because lesser economical growth. Economic growth. Sorry, it's not economical. It's economic growth. My apologies. Again, I said I would never say it again. Never again. I'll say economical. It's economic growth. But yeah, under 53.7 means less economic growth. Over 53.7 means more economic growth. So yeah, there you go. Bro, I got a serious question. Please help. I had about 10,000 FRC. What will happen now? FRC's resumed, dude, but it's at 40 cents a share, brother. It's in the OTC market board. Look at FRCB is the OTC stock of FRC. FRCB is the symbol now, brother. I'm going to buy this dip. One contract. Maybe add to it if we get something good. All right, so we just sold into that pop. Again, we are up about 100 on the day, a little bit less than 100 right now. So here's the P&L so far, a little bit less than 100. Yeah, I hope you were shorting it, man. Apple testing highs right now, though. Probably wants to buy this again. I don't know. I think I'll wait. Let's switch to the micro, see if we can build up a little bit more cushion. Maybe buy up some smaller size. Since I'm less confident in this trade, I'm trying to take smaller size. There's 4 contracts. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot about this data completely here, guys. Whoa. Okay, so the data just came in. Data came in at 53.6. 53.6, pretty much flat and neutral relative to what it was. 53.6. So lower than expected, but only by 0.1%, which could mean the market likes it because of less inflation problems. But I don't know here. Again, I'm in this. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Luckily, we took some off pretty fast on the bounce. But again, 53.6 versus 53.7 is what the services PMI data came in as. So 53.6 versus 53.7 is what the data showed up as for services PMI. We'll put this up on screen. And man, maybe I should have held because look at that rip afterwards. It's all good, but yeah, maybe I should have held. All right, so market's consolidated here. It looks like it wants to go higher, but we'll see. A very choppy range here, choppy market. All right, back up here. Such a choppy market. So we just scalped a little bit on that bounce on the regular E-mini here. We are up about 190 on the day so far. Let me know if we can grab lunch and talk business. Maybe, man. I mean, email me, D. beginnertrading@gmail.com. Are you talking about me, MVK? Changing my mind? Did I change my mind? I don't know if you're talking about me or not. By the dip. Bull. Yeah, market's bouncing back. I mean, market's just down so much yesterday. Again, we got about 12 minutes before non-manufacturing numbers. Okay, got you. Yeah, I figured you weren't talking about me. Yeah, I think it's okay to change your mind. Again, everybody gets all mad at Meet Kevin because he told everybody to buy stuff and then he announced he sold pretty quickly. But that's the nature of the market. Like, you got to change your mind sometimes. I certainly change my mind all the time. I thought Tesla was bad at 100. And so changing your mind is necessary sometimes. You don't want to be too rigid in your thoughts in trading. All right, start to test the top of the range now here. Oof, dude, that dip buy at IEP is not looking good. I mean, I'm down like $30, but market's loving life though. FRCB did just break down to under 35. Look at the SPY rip up here. Market's flying up. Still moving up here. We still got about 4 hours, guys, before the actual rate hike decision. We do have non-manufacturing PMI dropping in about 10 minutes, though. So that will be pretty solid. An impact on markets. But again, we don't know how much, but that'll move markets at least a little bit. Again, y'all do me a favor. Hit the sub button, guys. Hit the notification bell. Don't be stingy here. Listen, everybody's doing it. Just try it one time. See if it feels good. It might feel good. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Do it now. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit the sub button. Hit the notification bell, guys. Again, everything we do here is put out free content. We don't sell a course. We don't act like experts. We don't say we're gurus. I'm going to go ahead and cut IEP. One of the dip buys that didn't work lately. So we lost a little bit on IEP, like $30 or something. But if you haven't already subscribed, we cover all the major economic data for free. We cover it quickly. Thousands of people tune in for the big ones because we cover it fast. CPI, PPI, non-farm payroll data, jobless claims, retail sales, Fed rate hike decisions, Jerome Powell press conferences, all the big earnings reports. We got Apple tomorrow, big earnings report as well. So, hey, hit the subscribe button, team. Oh, there's ads, but there's only about 4 ads we average about 1 plug every hour. So about 1 plug every hour. So I think a reasonable ratio of advertisements here. About a reasonable ratio. I mean, we could add more, to be honest. So like we could add more ads during our stream, but we don't. So it is what it is. Shake my blank head is what it means. Shake my freaking head, basically. man, look at the market loving life, just ripping up huge here, guys. Wow. SPY with big movement here. Look at this. Wow. Huge movement here. And again, if you want to day trade this, check out Top Step. Top Step is what I'm day trading on today. You can see I'm up about 200 on the combine. And again, we're working on it. My TOS account's got about 50K in it, or 40K. It's got about 50K actually right now. But yeah, if you don't have that much money, Top Step's funded account program might be useful. You can check out the link in the description if you haven't already. You are hardworking, love your passion. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it. We try over here. Yeah, gotta pay the bills. You know how it goes. The only people that are really mad if we do one plug every hour are people who are just upset that anybody makes money. Like, you got some people that just get mad if other people make money. Those are usually the ones that are upset if you plug something. Which shows more about them, I think, you know. Yeah, so FRC here, man. Again, FRC still down big in amounts. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin still at 28.4. It dropped a little bit after the opening bell today. Yeah, honestly, I really wish something like Top Step was around when I first started trading, because it's just so much cheaper to lose there. Like, when I first started trading, I lost so much money. Like, this was back in like 2015, you know. So like, I started trading. When I first started trading, I lost so much money. What was a lot of money to me was like 4K, like $4,000 in 2015. A lot of money to me at the time. That was like a lot of money to me, you know. And I ended up putting it into an old obscure platform called SureTrader. Again, I'm out of IEP, guys. I'm just not going to hold that any longer. But I put it into an obscure platform, overseas broker called SureTrader. It's no longer around anymore. And lost basically all of it within a couple weeks. So, you know, again, these funded account programs, people hate on them because people lose them, you know, to be honest. But it's so much cheaper to test your skill, learn how to trade that way, than it is to put up, you know, try to put up 5, 10K yourself and risk your life savings doing it. It's just not worth it, I think, to do that. I hope so, YK. We'll see. All right, guys, we got 5 minutes before non-manufacturing PMI data comes out. 5 minutes before non-manufacturing numbers come out. All right, guys. 2 minutes. 2 minutes left until the non-manufacturing data comes out. Still got about 4 hours. All right, guys. So got a little pullback here. I'm kind of tempted to buy. It looks like it was a good move me getting out of IEP because it dropped another couple dollars a share. I still think there's probably some value in a dip buy eventually, but who knows if it'll eventually bounce back. All right, guys, here we go. 20 seconds. Hit the live button next to the play button. Make sure you're caught up on stream. Let's see what the data shows up as. Again, expectations are 51.8, 51.8. Same logic as before. Higher than expected is economical growth. Lower than expected is economical weakness. 51.8 is what's expected here. 51.8. We'll see what we get. And here goes the release right. Meow. All right, so it came in at 51.9, higher than expected. 51.9 versus 51.8 expectations. 51.9 versus 51.8 expectational numbers here. So higher than expected numbers. Again, higher than expected numbers here. If you haven't already, check it out. 51.9. We'll see how the market reacts. We're also going to post this. It looks like it likes it here. It's moving up. Posted this on Twitter as well. If you want to check it out, give me a follow there. Starting to move up though in the markets. All right, so pulling back a little bit now. Ooh, man. All right. All right, trying to hold here, but all right, consolidating within a range right now. All right, now that the economical data is out, again, we'll put the data up on screen, but it came in slightly higher than expected. The data up on the bottom of the screen there. All right, so dipped out a little bit. All right, guys. So consolidating right now. Paul's are 25 basis points. I think it's probably going to be 25 basis points. What, economic data or economical data? Yeah, economical. Yeah, economical means cheap relative to what the value is, whatever. But yeah, market's down a little bit, not moving much. We'll be back a little bit later on today, guys. Before we go, though, check out one of our sponsors. Again, check out TopStep, of course. But the other sponsor we have is a company called Chart Prime. Trading view indicator service, very useful. And again, you can use this indicator service on stocks, crypto, forex, futures. It's just custom indicators that it can be powerful, and it's very cheap. It's $35 a month to show you kind of what they can do and kind of just how beneficial they can be here. I'll show you guys this now, right? So again, they can just be powerful. Again, I like using them. My favorite time to use these indicators is on a 5-minute chart, and I'll show you why. Let me pull it up. My favorite time to use these are on a 5-minute chart. And so if you see why, this is why my favorite time to use them is on a 5-minute chart, is because, again, you can see they give you custom indicators, custom reversals. So they tell you where reversals are in the market. Like they show you what reversals are happening in the market. They show you candlestick indicators, all that stuff. And these do not repaint, right? And of course, I can't guarantee you're going to make money. They are a sponsor of mine. They pay me money. This is like the 4th plug we've done today. So 1 plug an hour is not that bad. Don't cry too much about it. But again, you can kind of see here, reversal down. My favorite thing to do is find multiple showing up together at once. So you can see bearish engulfing candle, ES candle, possible reversal down. So 3 different indicators showing up together at once. We get nice drops, and these are 5-minute charts. This is like 2 hours of drops that you get after that. Just to zoom in a little bit so you can kind of see what we're talking about. Look at these. And then again, reversal up here, you get a nice little bounce here. Again, same thing, possible reversal down. This thing literally called the top over the next like 30 minutes. Look at this drop you get after this reversal sign. There's the reversal sign. There's the drop. Again, reversal down signal here. You get drops over what? Like the next from about 135 to 230. So again, about 50 minutes of downward action after that reversal alert. And again, you can use them on any time frame. The other time frame I like using them on is a 1 hour chart. A 1 hour chart, and again, you can use it in stocks, crypto, forex, futures, and this is just a small piece of what they offer. This is just a small piece of what they offer. And again, you can kind of see, like, look at this last reversal they called yesterday. And so again, they called the literal bottom of this. They, again, multiple showing up together at once. Each candlestick represents an hour here. So this is 1, 2, 3 hours of price action that you get from it. And again, this is a company called Chart Prime. Of course, they pay me money. I'm biased in their favor, but incredibly useful. If you can use this to kind of add to your own strategies and patterns and technical analysis, I think they can be really, really powerful. Again, it's called Chart Prime. Check them out. Great way to help support the channel. Again, they are sponsoring mine, so it is a good way to help support the channel, but it's 35 bucks. It's just super cheap. It's kind of like having a custom VWAP, and they do actually have a custom VWAP too. You can see this oscillator line right here, and look at this: reversal down, drop, reversal down, drop, bearish engulfing candle, drop, reversal up, bounce, reversal down, drop. This one was wrong, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 being right out of 7 is not bad here. And again, you can see they have their own VWAP as well, so check them out. Link is in the description. I'll put the link up here. And again, we will be back later on today, guys. So we will be back. We got the Fed rate hike decision later on at 2 p.m. And so we're going to go ahead and close the stream down now. And yeah, get ready for that Fed rate hike decision coming out later. So be safe, guys. Yeah, I know. I know. Economical implies good value for the price. Economical. Like this car is economical in terms of gas mileage. Like you're going to get good gas mileage. I understand for sure. Did I say economical again? Honestly, at this point, it's just a habit. But yeah, y'all be safe.